Hey guys, Bobby here from my backyard. So I want to try something new. I want to try to use a different format when I make videos. I'm still fairly new at all this YouTube and videoing and that sort of thing. But I went back and looked at some of my videos and I noticed that I'm just going through and showing you all of my plants all of the time. And that's it. So what I'd like to do is focus on individual plants, individual projects, a little instruction, some questions that I have for you guys, anything like that. Just something different, something to look forward to. So let me know in the comment section, A, if you like what I'm doing different, and B, if you have any suggestions or recommendations, or you want to watch me try something that you've never tried and don't have the ability to right now. Whether it be like planting a particular type of flower or vegetable, and I'll do my best. Either way, just leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. As always, like, share, subscribe, share most of all. I still have 11 subscribers now, which I'm very grateful for. I'd like to make that a lot more. Either way, just let me know what you think, and until then, happy gardening. Well guys, does it look different? I hope so. This is where the cucumber plant was, and so put a lot of labor into getting that thing out, but it gave us lots of cucumbers, and for that we are grateful. So my plan is to put in 3 very small raised beds, and I'm just going to use landscaping timbers 2 high to do that. They're going to be 4 foot by 12 foot, and I'm going to have 3 of them, and then I'm going to have cattle panels coming over 2 of them to maximize my space, and I think aesthetically it'll look a lot better. I'm going to take these cattle panels off of here, and this raised bed is now going to be carrots and rutabagas. That's the plan anyways. Alright guys, so what I'm going to try to do here is I've cleaned out this bed for the most part as far as the vegetables go. I still have a lot of weeding to do. As you can see, I don't know what kind of weeds these are. Some of it's grasses, and some of it's just weeds. But I'm going to get all those out. But what we're going to do now is try to salvage this oregano plant. I didn't know, because I am a fairly new gardener. I thought, let's put an oregano plant in here in my raised bed, and we'll have oregano for the season. Well, it's a perennial, and it's a very hardy perennial. As a matter of fact, after doing some reading, it will take over if you're not careful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that up, and I'm just going to repot it into a pot I have over here. We'll do that in a moment. So for now, this is what I'm going to use. My Hori Hori, which is not a brand name Hori Hori, but it's a great tool to have, and a little luck, I hope. So just if I grab the oregano itself, I can pull, and it's not really wanting to come up, so I'm going to dig back some of the mulch here, the hay mulch, and try to find this thing was tiny when I planted it. Try to find where it goes into the ground at, which is right in here. Let's see. First thing I'm going to do is just give it a little tug to see. Okay, it's in there. It's definitely rooted. So I'll go around it in what I feel to be a fairly safe radius, about 6 inches around. I know I will be cutting some roots, but if this is as hardy as I've read it to be, it'll be just fine. So now I'm going to give it a little tug, see if we can't get it to come up. There. Now, I know that looked a little ruthless, but this stuff is really, really hardy. You see where I planted. And some of it may die, but I think that's quite okay. So follow me over here and we're gonna replant it. Okay guys, so what I have here is basically just a pot we got at a big box store, and I have filled it with composted horse manure. This stuff is really good. It's just super fertile. It's got wood shavings in it. I have not ever had any problems with that tying up the nitrogen as long as it's composted. If it's fresh and you put fresh wood shavings in it, then of course that is going to tie up the nitrogen to help break down those wood shavings. But I still believe at a minimum. So anyways, so we're going to take our oregano plant, or should we call it an oregano bush. Look at the roots. Look at the roots on that thing. So this thing is very hardy, so we don't have to worry about it surviving or not. Okay, and this may be a little full actually. I'm going to set it in there and just see how it looks. Just setting it in there. Wow, that's almost like the perfect circumference. It just fits right in there. But I do think I want to take some of the manure out just so I can set the oregano down in there a little better. So this is how I'm going to do that. Just take this baby out. We'll just toss the manure out because I've got it everywhere and I've got plenty of it. And all it's going to do is fertilize something else. It doesn't smell at all because it's composted. And I don't think you have to worry too much about being very gentle. Once again, this plant has proven to be so hardy. It just, I'm not worried about it. I will take some of this manure and put it on top of some of the exposed roots where I broke it out of the ground. And I do expect a little dieback, but once again, I have plenty of oregano, so I'm not in the least bit worried about some of it dying back. It will die back in the winter, I believe, down here in zone 9A, but it's like everything else in my yard. It'll come back with a vengeance. And if it does die back, I'll cut it back. See? It smells so good. Okay, so now I'm gonna get some water and just water it in real good and we'll be done. All right. Okay, now for a little drink of water. And I'm gonna water it in really good. I did have the compost in the pot for a couple of days now, and it has rained on it, but I have disturbed it some, and more or less I just want to make sure it gets enough water. So it's going to rain again later today or tonight one, so I think that's enough. We'll just let that seep down in there, and it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so not a whole lot more sun, plus it's a little cloudy for the rain coming anyway. So. But long story short, we just repotted some oregano. I've got a few weeds from the raised bed over there that are still in here, but I got a feeling most of those are going to get choked out. Alright guys, well as always, happy gardening, and look forward to watching your videos. Alright guys, well nobody really watched my video, maybe 2 people, so nobody really challenged me, but I'm going to eat this thing anyways to see if it really makes my mouth go numb. Why don't you zoom in here and take a look at it first. This is the toothache plant that the Native Americans used to eat for that very thing, toothache. It's supposed to make your mouth go numb for a few minutes, so we'll see. I'm gonna, oh my goodness. I've never eaten one, so we'll see. I might drool, I apologize. Down the hatch. It's not delicious, but it's not bad. My mouth is tingling now. I'm gonna spit some of it out. Woo. Okay, so right now my tongue feels very weird, like I'm sticking it to a battery. If you ever did that. Oh. It's hard to explain how it makes you feel. I didn't have a toothache, so I can't tell if it's working on my teeth. But my tongue feels kind of like it's got briars all over it. It's very strange. My whole mouth feels kind of tingly now. I think this might be a good place to stop.